So you know the ones where you're listening to a song that you really like and you're like, that's my tune. That's my tune. Hey, this is Jojo B and this is episode 28, so That's My Tune, the podcast providing song reviews and interviews. Last week I had the pleasure of interviewing Lane regarding his song Battle. This week I'll be reviewing the song Boy You Knock Me Out by Tatyana Ali. Nice cool R&B groove. So enjoy the song. Once you're done, I'm going to talk to you about why I like the song, break it down. You know how I do. Enjoy. Boy You Knock Me Out by Tatyana Ali. Want you and I can't deny it. It's all about the thing. I'll stop. Yes, dropped in 1998. And you know what? It makes sense that she would eventually drop an album of her own because throughout Fresh Prince, you know, she was singing here and there. And there was that breakout episode where she dropped the fictional Make Up Your Mind and Will Smith was her manager. That 2-part episode is hilarious. But yeah, but I do wonder why like the song wasn't actually put out there for the public to consume. Well, maybe it was in the States and we didn't know, but it would be great if Make Up Your Mind was actually released for like the public to consume, because I would like it. Do you know what I mean? Because it's actually a decent song. You know, it's actually a decent song. So those who produced it and Tatyana Ali, could you guys come together and like please release it, at least for me, please? Well, if you decide not to, oh well. But anyway, let me stop being silly. So yeah, Boy You Knock Me Out dropped in 1998, and of course I have my thoughts on it. So let's go. Let's talk about the vocals first, right? So Tatyana Ali's vocal has a bit of reverb and a bit of delay. The nice, airy and light vocals, like, you know, it's just nice. You know what I mean? Her BVs, they are dry. There's no reverb. There's no nothing. It's just dry. And yeah, when Tatyana's singing the verses, like she sings on her own, there are no BVs. But when it gets to the pre-chorus, that's when they kick in. So the run away with you, that's in 3-part harmony. And then imagine all the things we do. Yeah, So imagine all the things that we do, call my name and make this fantasy for real. That's an octave. So you got the female and the males and they're singing the higher and lower octave. And it's the same approach for the second verse. I mean, the arrangement is quite simple, to be fair. The first chorus, the BVs are in unison. Well, same for the second chorus as well. But what I liked about the first chorus is that Tatyana Ali does this cool ad-lib, like where there's a harmony. Yeah, so that was a nice additional touch to the first chorus. My favorite vocal part is the breakdown bridge. Falling for you, this love's a TKO. It's a nice 3-part harmony. And then whilst that is going on, you got the falling for you, baby, because boy, you knock me out. So that was nice. And that's in unison. The second time falling for you comes round again. But what I like is at the end when falling for you, babe. And then when they sing that A, so it ends with the octave thing again. So the female and the male sing the high and the lower octave. So it's subtle, but I like that little, you know, I like little things like that. Will Smith does his rap, and that there's no, again, it's dry. Even with his little ad-libs in the background. The final chorus, same approach, but there's a 3-part harmony going on in the background. Can't hold it, I can't fight it. I'm sure it goes something like that. But yeah, that's in 3-part harmony. So yeah, the vocal arrangement is simple, but it's nice and it works for the track. There's not too much going on. And yeah, so I like the vocal arrangement. Let's look at the instruments. So like there are 3 different guitar parts, and that's highlighted, especially in the intro. So you got the and then you got another one that goes ding, and then you got another one that goes wah wah wah. I know the way I'm singing it is funny. So that that's got reverb. The ding has got reverb, but the wah wah is dry. Well, it sounds dry to me. Yeah, I think it is dry. So yeah, and throughout the song, those different guitar parts, they use different bits here and there, scattered throughout the song. But yeah, they have their time to shine, all 3 of them in the intro. The other instruments that feature, you got your kick drum, you got your snare, hi-hat, cymbal, Rhodes, bass, horn section, which has a bit of reverb and delay, and you've got a single string note that comes up only in the choruses. Cool. But the interesting thing about the instrumental is this is what, because like musically wise, there's not much going on. It's the same loop that goes on over and over. There's not really much going on. With the breakdown, the falling for you, this love is TKO. Some instruments are eliminated, so it brings a bit of a dynamic, but throughout there's not much musically going on. But there's an interesting fact about this song, and it's funny because I've known the song for years, since it dropped in 98, but it was only a couple of years ago when I clocked something about this. So this song, the musical composition is a combination of two old school tracks, and I'm going to tell you what they are. So the chord progression and the bass line comes from Kool and the Gang's Summer Madness, and then the horn section that comes from Bobby Caldwell's What You Won't Do for Love. So it's really interesting because I was sitting there, I was like, when I clocked it, I was like, oh snap. So that's really cool the way they combine those two elements. And another interesting thing is in 1991, Will Smith, who was known as Fresh Prince at the time, dropped a tune with Jazzy Jeff called Summertime, and they also sampled Kool and the Gang's Summer Madness. And Fresh Prince, he even referenced that track at the end of the song. And this is the Fresh Prince's new definition of Summer Madness. So it's like this funny full circle. So I don't know. I mean, it's natural that Will Smith would appear on Tatyana Ali's song, obviously, because, you know, they've acted together. They're both musicians and that. But I wonder if it was kind of a full circle moment for Will Smith. I wonder if he had a sane instrumental that, oh, let's use Summer Madness. I wonder if that did anything for him. I don't know if my questions make sense, but yeah, listen to those three tracks in your own time. You got Kool and the Gang, Summer Madness, Bobby Caldwell's What You Won't Do for Love, and Fresh Prince and Jazzy Jeff, Summertime. But let's talk about Bobby Caldwell for a second, because am I the only one who didn't know he was white? Like, I mean, I found this out a couple of years ago. I'm not just finding out today, but am I the only one who didn't know he was white? Because for the longest time, I was under the impression, anytime I heard him sing, I just imagined this bald-headed black guy. I don't know why I thought bald-headed, but I just saw this bald-headed black guy singing. So the day when I found out, I think I saw a video on social media or something about Bobby Caldwell and him being white. And I was just like, hold on a minute. How is this guy white, please? Like, how? Like, he does not sound white at all. It's just, and it doesn't help that so many like hip hop artists especially have been sampling this guy's music from day. Like 3 examples, you got Common Delight, you got Biggie and 112 Sky's the Limit, and Tupac Do for Love. So it's like the hip hop community, they're sampling, and then you got, it's just hilarious. It's just absolutely, so when I found, I was like, oh wow. So in case you didn't know, Bobby Caldwell is a white man. He has big tunes, so that doesn't take away the fact that his tunes are big. He doesn't sound white. And it's funny because I was on Twitter a couple of days ago, and I think the same video that I saw years ago, it was circulating again, and people were genuinely shocked that this guy was white. And I was like, this is something that is going to continue to shock black people for a long time. But yeah, Bobby Caldwell, he's got some dope music, so go check him out as well. So yeah, another thing I wanted to touch on, actually, song aside, was obviously you can't talk about Tatyana Ali and Will Smith without talking about Fresh Prince. I mean, you can't do that. So yes, we know Fresh Prince, great sitcom, dropped in 1990, wrapped in 1996, and even to this day is still one of the most remembered sitcoms ever, and it's still being played to this day, right? And last year, the Fresh Prince cast got together to celebrate like 30 years since it launched, and to also reminisce about the show and all the rest of it, which was great. I mean, I'll get through the pleasantries first. It was great that the cast were able to come together and celebrate 30 years of such an iconic show. I mean, like I said, it ended in 1996, but the fact that people still love the show to this day, Yeah, but anyway, yeah. So it's a huge achievement what Fresh Prince has done, and it was great the cast could come together and celebrate. And I'm glad that Will Smith and the original Aunt Viv were able to come together and to work out their differences. Some people believe that it was just staged. They don't believe it was actually really sorted out. It doesn't matter here or there whether that's between those two, but it looked nice on camera anyway, so that's between them. And yeah, it was just great. But there's something that kind of bugged me whilst I was watching the reunion. Pretty much everybody got to, okay, first of all, okay, I know that Will Smith is the main character of Fresh Prince, but I feel like it was too much centered on him, to the point where I thought to myself, well, then they should have just done a Fresh Prince reunion with just him and him talking about his memories, because I just felt like he was the center of everything. And then secondly, majority of the cast got to talk about how they got their part in Fresh Prince, and some of them, the audition tapes were shown and that. But the two actors that didn't get the opportunity to do that was Joseph Marcel, who played Jeffrey, and Ross Bagley. I hope I pronounced his name correctly. Ross Bagley, who played Nikki. And I thought that was quite annoying. And let's take Joseph Marcel, for example. He's a British actor. And I've always wondered how he was able to get a part in Fresh Prince. Because I had questions like, okay, was in the UK and somehow the TV production company, I think it was NBC. Yeah. NBC somehow got to know about him, contacted him, and were like, we'd like to give you a part in Fresh Prince. Did he fly over to do an audition, or did he send over a tape and then they flew him over? Was he already living in the US for a couple of years and then got to know? Like, how did it all come about? Like, there was nothing like that at all. He didn't really say much throughout the whole reunion, which I think was about an hour plus. And the same with Nikki. Towards the end, he came in and was like, oh, hi, Nikki, da, 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 da. And then that was it. He didn't get to share how he got his part in Fresh Prince either. And even though his role was kind of minor in a sense, it still would have been great, especially him being the youngest. It would have been great to know what Fresh Prince was like from his point of view. Do you see what I'm saying? So that kind of bugged me. So overall, it was all right, but I just wish that those two especially had the opportunity to speak more. And somebody mentioned that maybe it was down to editing. And I was like, I doubt it because pretty much everybody else got to share. But those two, and it made me wonder why. Maybe they didn't want to talk, but no, I don't buy that. But hey, that's just my opinion. But enough about Fresh Prince. Back to the matter at hand. I do wonder what happened to Tatyana Ali in regards to music. I mean, she didn't really release anything. I was on Spotify the other day and she released what was meant to be 2 singles, but they're both the same song, which didn't make sense to me. But I don't know if that was an error or what. But yeah, I do wonder why she didn't release any more albums and stuff after Kiss the Sky. Must have been a record label issue, or maybe she didn't want to continue, who knows. But nevertheless, I thought Boy You Knock Me Out is a nice tune, and just thought to talk about it, really. So simple as that. So yeah, that's the end of today's episode. Connect with me, Twitter, Ms. Jojob, MZJOJOB. And everything podcast related is now on Linktree, linktr.ee/TMT_podcast. So email, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, and now YouTube. Yes, the podcast is now on YouTube. So if you don't have a Spotify account, you can go and listen. All the previous episodes are there, so you won't be missing on anything. Bonus episode out on Friday, so look out for that. Until then, have a great day, have a great rest of the week, and yeah, bye-bye.